Welcome. Have you ever felt like you're moving through life on autopilot, ticking boxes, meeting deadlines, showing up for everyone else, but quietly wondering, is this really how I want to live? Does it sound familiar? First, you notice you've lost touch with your own inner compass. You're making decisions based on what others expect, not what feels right for you. Or perhaps you find yourself second-guessing or doubting your path. Instead of clarity, there's confusion. Or what about when no matter what you achieve, you feel restless, as if calm and ease were always just out of reach? What would it feel like to slow down and reconnect with your authentic self? What if you had the tools and space to see clearly, build confidence, and trust your next step? What if you could cultivate that calm from within, rather than something you chase? Let's look at what life looks like when you don't listen to your internal cues, and then what transformation can look like in your new awakened journey. So let's take a look for a moment at what happens when we don't foster our spiritual life, when we simply allow life to take over. We can experience a variety of symptoms that affect our overall well-being. You may be able to see yourself in some of these common signs. You might be feeling scattered, and that can be for a variety of reasons. Perhaps you're feeling a lot of mental clutter, or a sense of disconnection, or perhaps emotional detachment. You might be experiencing a lack of meaning or purpose, which can also include a sense of aimlessness. Quite often, not nurturing a spiritual life can mean being reactive, with impulse behavior patterns like anger outbursts or aggression. Another sign can be when you're feeling anxious, and that can involve feeling confused, experiencing mental fog, with signs of lack of direction, and simply moving from one thing to the next. Sometimes neglecting your spiritual life can mean a sense of distrust in Source or the divine or in other people. As a result of that, we can start to feel unsafe, so we begin to live with a sense of insecurity or feeling isolated or lonely. So a lack of spiritual connection and direction can mean experiencing many negative symptoms, and they can have an impact on your mental, emotional, and physical well-being. Take a moment to reflect what signs of disconnection you might be feeling. And what would it feel like to live with the uplifting qualities of connection and purpose? Spirituality coaching can offer solutions that help you reconnect with your inner self to find meaning and purpose and cultivate a sense of inner peace and direction. By going within, you can transform many of these negative symptoms into a more grounded, purposeful, and connected way of living. As we move further and further along our spiritual coaching journey, we start to experience more uplifting and joyful aspects in our daily living. We can start to feel more centered and grounded, with a lightness and sense of freedom. We start to feel more connected with others around us and with the all that is, which means we live a more joyful, empowered, and easeful life where there is more flow and synchronicity. We can make decisions more easily with a lot more clarity and rely on our intuitive powers that are at the same time aligned with Source and our inner guidance. As a point of reflection, I invite you to create 2 columns, one that lists the signs and symptoms of what it means in your life when you neglect your spiritual connection, and another listing the qualities on this slide that you resonate with in your daily living. Take some time to tick off which ones you feel you imbibe and which ones you lead with in your daily life. This checklist helps you gain more clarity about the spirituality coaching process and where you can be heading in the future. This Karma Awakening spirituality coaching process involves embracing yourself and life. You move towards having a spiritual connection and direction to enhance your overall well-being. By being more centered and more grounded, you start to experience more inner stability and security. The more you move through the spirituality coaching process, the deeper the sense of connection you start to have. Your daily living starts to include more joyful moments where you're aligned with Source. This provides much more purpose and direction in your life. You start to see this in your day-to-day living when you can begin to make more insightful choices and feel a greater sense of freedom to live as your real self, where you're authentically empowered. This coaching process is all about not only embracing your spirituality, but offering you a profound transformation that leads to a more fulfilling, joyful, and purposeful life. The Karma Awakening Transformative Coaching Program offers single VIP private sessions, 12-week or ongoing VIP private coaching, or 12-week small group coaching sessions. Drop me an email, book a guidance call, or you can easily book on the website where you'll see lots of bonuses to enjoy. It would be an absolute delight and pleasure to welcome you. See you on the inside.